Who's the best player of all time?
Wait, why I'm pissed?
So who is it?
You saying you're tagging Rooney
so who
as
is
one
it?
of the best players,
Okay, so
as even the best player
can we
in
have a
Premier
break
League, or all-time best player in
So
Premier League.
who is
No,
it?
bros.
So
Don't
who
go
is
there.
it?
You later change yourself. Top 3.
So who
One
is
of the top
it?
3.
So who is it?
Top 3.
So who is it?
Yo, what's good, people? Today we have a very special episode of Shangalo. This is going to be part 2 of our Rep Your Club series, and we're doing it a little different this time. In the blue corner, I'm going to have Dayo. You guys know Mr. D, our very passionate Chelsea fan, repping the SW Crips from London. And on the left side, I'm going to have the red corner, Manchester United fan, representing, MUFC, Red or Dead, you know them, man. So yeah, it's going to be 5-1. I'm going to be head moderating, trying to keep the peace. Hopefully it doesn't come to blows, and let's see how it goes. This episode is brought to you by the good people at BetWinner. All right, let's get right into it. The first question I'm going to pose to you guys is about what team do you think would win if they played each other at their peaks? So we're going to be comparing the Manchester United team that won the FA Cup and that won the Premier League and the Champions League in 2008 versus the great Chelsea team that conceded, 15 league goals in the season. I know both teams did meet in the Champions League final, but you could argue that maybe the Chelsea team wasn't at its peak levels at that time. So yeah, let's look at those 2 years. Who do you think wins that match? Who wants?
I'll go.
All right, okay.
I mean, clearly United. First of all, we were the champions of Europe, so we were the best team in the world. And just as
Champions of Europe.
champions of Europe, yeah. So we were the best team in the world because are you going to tell me a team from South
champions of the
America?
world, yeah?
Are you going to tell me a team? No, we won it. We won it the year after. We won the Club World Championship the year after. So we were champions of the world, just not in 2008.
Alright.
And 2009, 2010 we made the Champions League final. 2009 we made the Champions League final. So we made it 3 Champions League finals in 4 years. We had the best player in the world at the time. We had the best manager of all time. We had arguably the greatest ever Premier League player. And if he's not, he's at least top 3, Wayne Rooney. 200 Premier League goals, 100 Premier League assists, 10 Premier League titles. Yes.
Of all time.
Yes.
No.
Okay, you tell me your top 3. You tell me to be like better than Wayne Rooney, and I only hear Frank Lampard.
Don't say all
It's okay.
Let him learn. Okay.
What's that?
It's okay. So I think it's very quite clear that Manchester United team was not only more talented, just a better team overall. We're better coached, we had more talent, and that shows up in the results. We won the Champions League. What did Chelsea do in 04-05?
Of course.
I'm sorry, that was one of 3 Premier Leagues in a row, by the way. Something you guys have never done, by the way.
Okay. First off, I'm just gonna come in my other cool because I see your own gun blazing, but we have to take it.
That you're mild and cool.
It's just like this. It's just like a flow. Number 1, I want to hold you to what you're saying. Number 1, you said Rooney all time.
Top
Best
3.
Player.
I said top
No,
3.
no. You first said all time. I'm
yes,
quoting you
no.
to your word. You
Top
said,
3 all time.
wait, guy, don't change. You said,
That don't say
you
top
said,
3.
wait, relax.
Can you
Your
speak?
first
Can you speak?
word was all time. Premier League of best player in Premier League of all time. What do you mean by all time?
But I
How many
corrected
goals
myself.
did Rooney score?
200.
Is this more than has this come more than Alan Shearer?
No, Shearer is the best of all time.
Wait. No.
Why you
When you
sound
come,
some?
I'm telling you in terms of goals. You are saying for you to be the best of all time, you must be good in everything. You must have the highest assist. You must have the highest goals. You must have the PTOY more than 15 times in a league. No. For you to rate somebody, because when you're rating player, why do we rate the likes of Messi, Ronaldo, greatest of all time? They won the Ballon d'Or more than I said Rooney. Sorry, pardon me for the F word, because I'm pissed right now. For you to say you're rating somebody as one of the greatest of all time, you must have been the Ballon d'Or. Rooney didn't win one shit. You must have. Wait. When you're rating somebody to be one of the best player of all time, you must have achieved more than 60 or 70 goals in a season.
So
do you understand? Wait. I'm talking about Premier League.
So who's the best player of all time?
Wait, why I'm pissed?
So who is it?
You saying you're tagging Rooney
so who
as
is
one
it?
of the best players,
Okay, so
as even the best player
can we have
in
a
Premier
break
League, or all-time best player in
So
Premier League.
who is
No,
it?
no, bros.
So
Don't
who
go
is
there.
it?
You later change yourself. Top 3.
So who
One
is
of the
it?
top 3.
So who is it?
Top 3.
So who is it?
Who is it?
Who's the best player
I'm
of all
not.
time?
I'm not going to be biased. I'm not going to mention any Chelsea player. Of course.
Who is
Of
it
course.
now? Answer me.
Of course, in Chelsea.
Yes, I think
Of
the
course,
answer
in
to that
Chelsea.
question is, I think it's pretty obvious. The
Yeah,
differently
which is why I changed it to-
is Thierry Henry.
Nah, but
But that's
Okay,
not why we're here
then
today.
God bless you.
But that's not why we're
Wait,
here today.
that-
Who has,
That's
who
why
has
we
more
are here.
goals? Who has more goals?
That's not
Who
why
has
we
more
are-
goals?
That's not why
Who
we
has
are
more
here.
goals?
That is not
Who
why
has
we are
more
here.
goals?
Right?
Who has more
That
assists?
is not.
Who
That's
has
not
more
why we're
trophies?
here.
Okay.
When you're talking about more goals, Lampard still have more goals than Rooney, right? Yes or no?
No. He does not.
Yes or no?
No.
In Premier League?
No.
In Premier League?
No.
Of all time?
No.
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 Okay.
Who has more trophies?
So-
Who has more trophies than Rooney?
Who has?
More trophies than Rooney. Who has won more Premier League than Rooney?
We're not here to discuss Rooney.
Thank you.
We're back.
Nah, you don't have anything to say.
Okay.
So he's not. That doesn't mean he's the best of all time. Yes or no?
It doesn't.
Hey, so
It doesn't
please.
mean he's the best of all
Oh,
time.
please don't
But
say that.
it's a
That word
decent
is
argument.
annoying. That's the annoying. It's not a decent argument. It's stupid.
No, it's a decent
That,
argument.
no. It's a stupid argument.
It's not.
When you are, let's call it a spade
Okay,
a spade.
wait.
Where did he end his career?
Can I ask you a question?
Now, relax
America.
now, Akilode.
You told me that first of all, you said that to be the best of all time, you need to win trophies, you have to score goals, you have to have assists. Rooney has 10 Premier League trophies, 200 goals, 100 assists. Now you're changing mouth. Now you're changing mouth.
I said you have to score 60 goals a season.
Okay, so-
you have
so-
to win Ballon d'Or.
Okay, so tell me-
to be the greatest of all time.
So yeah, we can see clearly that Dayot is not. He does not believe in Rooney is the king enough. He's not
Yes.
believing to in Rooney.
Get
but
out.
the question here is, who do you think would win that fixture? Because although he's mentioned all the great points about Manchester United and that run, they didn't actually, in that run, they didn't come up against that Chelsea team that conceded 15 goals in one season. So tell us why you believe that team would have been able to beat the Manchester United team at its peak.
I think that team that year was one of the well-compact teams Chelsea has ever had in the history of Chelsea Football Club. Actually, start from the era of Abramovich in 2003. So what I'm trying to say right now is that when you talk about team spirit from back to front, when you're talking about leaders in the team, when you're talking about people that can use their life on the pitch in terms of sweat and blood. Do you understand what I mean? That's why we have that team. We talk about the team that can win a Premier League back to back. Do you understand? In terms of conceding less goals, in terms of unbeaten run. Do you
I don't think
understand
that
my point?
record will
So,
ever be beaten.
Ever. Even
Never.
in Chelsea.
15 goals.
I'm talking about even in Chelsea right now. Because even we don't have a squad. Let me just say that. But we are still on the way. Do you understand? But for me, I think comparing that Chelsea squad with the Manchester United squad, I think it's going to be a very good game. For me, I would say it's going to be a draw.
It's a very close
At the
game
end of the day,
because
it's a very
for
close match.
United great attack, that attack was
Yes,
insane.
mad,
That
insane.
defense was so it's
Defense
maybe
also.
historically the greatest attack
Exactly,
versus the best
exactly.
defense, so they could
Exactly.
wrap it up. And like you
Exactly.
said, the talent gap, I feel talent gap is not that big, you know.
No, it's not.
When you consider what they have at their defenders, the
But when you also consider United's defenders, because we also arguably had two of the best centre backs in Premier League
Yes,
history,
no,
with Rio
no,
Ferdinand
no,
and John
standard,
Terry,
yes.
as well as Edwin van der Sar in that back.
Yeah.
You now also
they
don't
had
forget
Czech,
We are checked.
for sure. Okay, fair enough.
Terry
I'll
and
give Czech.
Carvalho,
No,
Ashley Cole.
no,
Yes,
I'm not
that
doubting
was
that.
cool.
I think
We have
Chelsea's
the best
defense
three that year.
was better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
What I'm
yours
saying
was a
is,
close second.
yes, and I think
Yes.
our attack blew them out of the water.
Yeah,
It
his
blew,
attack-
our attack-
Yeah, his
I don't think the attack is close.
His attack.
But that
When you're
midfield
talking
is
about- When
something
you're talking
too.
about the attack,
Makalele.
systematically,
I'm
wait.
talking
When you're talking about the attack, you guys, when you're talking about the shot on goals, making those runs, counter-attack football, you guys were there. But when you're talking about the target man play up front, Chelsea has it. When you're talking about the lone man striker, Chelsea has it. When you're talking about there's somebody in the final third, just give it to me 50% chance. I'm not talking about counter-attacking football right now. I'm not talking about the pace in the final third. I'm talking about the lone man striker, a target man, if somebody that just give him the ball, 50% chance, he will create something out of nothing. That makes our attack look insane. Somebody that can hold when you're talking about old ball,
The striker that can do it by
that
himself.
can do it by
So
himself.
yeah, I feel like on
Do you
paper the
understand?
United attack does blow it out when you look at the Rooney, Tevez and Ronaldo. When you look at the way they attack and the fact that Lampard was your second attack and
Yeah.
the relationship Lampard had
Had
with
with
Drogba,
Drogba, of
and
course,
I'm sure the
yes.
stats display that's the second most
Yeah,
fruitful
yeah,
relationship
the
in Premier League
second,
history.
because,
So yeah,
Son
United's
and
attack
Kane
does
are
win it,
talking
but Chelsea's attack, like, it's up there. Like the way United's defense is up there, not better.
I disagree.
Chelsea's is close
Of course,
enough.
Chelsea is
disagree.
still better. When
So
you're
yeah,
talking
it will
about-
be a
talk
great
about-
game. And now on to the next question I have posed for you guys. We've spoken about individual players, so now we can actually speak about two individual players who are in arguments a lot. for who is the second best midfielder in Premier League history. After Steven Gerrard, obviously. So yeah, Scholes versus Lampard is, it's a hot debate. Who do you guys think is the better player, Scholes or Lampard?
Do you know if I'll be honest with you, I actually think out of all these guys, the best player is that it's not this question, but I think it's actually Roy Keane. I think Roy Keane is a criminally underrated player, but that's not the point of this question. This point is Scholes and Lampard. And I think it's Scholes. I feel like Lampard is a glorified second striker.
Glorified, he says.
Okay, let me finish now. He's a glorified second striker. I feel like that is why Gerrard and Lampard could never work, because Lampard was not a true central midfielder. If you look at all of Chelsea's or Lampard's most fruitful and successful seasons, coupled with Chelsea's successful seasons, Lampard had to play with not just a DM, but literally one of the greatest or defensive-minded midfielders in Premier League history. At first it was Makalele, then it was replaced by Mikel, and then it was replaced by Kante. Matic. Lampard he's not playing in a 2 with Roy Keane like Paul Scholes is doing and getting you 15 to 20 goals. He's not adjusting his game and dropping into defensive line and being your deepest line playmaker and still being able to talk to the Champions League final at the age of 34, 35, like Scholes in 2008. Lampard is an unbelievable goal scorer. Unbelievable. That's no doubt. But when it comes to central midfield, I'm not exactly looking for goals. And that's not what I require from
But the
my central
question
midfielder.
was better player, not better central midfielder.
Okay, fine.
Let's pose it to Dio.
Okay.
We are not talking about other players. The question was between Lampard and Paul Scholes. Do you understand? I believe when you're talking about the attacking wise, Lampard is an unbelievable goal scorer. Do you understand? He can score long-range goals. Do you understand? As a midfielder, and he's a box-to-box midfielder. Do you understand? So that gives him the leverage. And you're right by saying he has the playmaker, like he have the like of Makelele and Matic to play with at the back, which means those ones are the ones taking care of the defense work so much than him. He has the free license to move forward. That gave him the license to score more goals. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for me, I would say Lampard, of course. It's obvious, of course. You see Lampard is far. When you're talking about the midfield, the question we have here right now, I'm not saying he's the best, most decorated, or the most glorified, as you said. I would say, when you're talking about this same question that you've been asked and have been asked, Lampard is still better than Paul Scholes.
I have a question. If you're picking an 11 and you don't know who the other 11 players are, and they ask you to pick a central midfielder, are you picking Lampard or Scholes?
Of course, you pick Lampard.
Why? Because if you pick Lampard and the other central midfielder
the number
is...
speaks for itself.
If
I
you
can't
pick
lie, I'm picking Lampard too, bro.
So if you pick
The
Lampard and the other
number speaks
midfielder
when
is
you're
Gerrard and
looking
Koda.
Then
when you're
I'm picking
playing
the other
against,
midfielder
when
now.
you're
No,
playing-
you don't know
when
the
you're
other
playing-
team.
When you're playing against the team that pack the boss, you pick Lampard.
Why?
Because he can create shots on target from the midfield. He can score goals out of the box.
But so can Scholes.
No!
Not at the level of Lampard.
So,
No.
I mean, not at the level of Lampard.
Yeah,
Yes.
but
he's underrated as a goal scorer, we know that.
The
And
difference
yes,
is-
of course, I
As
understand.
Scholes as
I'm
a
not
younger
saying-
player did score goals, like there
Of
were
course,
chances about
of
how he
course,
scored goals,
of course,
for sure.
he does.
without penalties, of course.
Of course, but I will pick Lampard ahead of
I think because when you look at Lampard, like he actually just blows it away when it comes to numbers. About 170 Premier League goals. Like,
177,
I can't look
yeah.
away from that. This is one of the
course.
most prolific players in Premier League history, and okay, he's not the best midfielder, but he can
course,
do a
he's
job
not.
for me in midfield at a
And
what
create
7 out of
something out
10,
of nothing.
8 out of 10 level.
Yeah.
Then but we'll pose that. That also goes back to you, the fans. Obviously, the first question we asked, we want you guys comments in the comment section. Second question as well. And now on to our last question. We're gonna come to recent times and ask you guys who's gonna finish above you. Who? Manchester United or Chelsea
This season?
this season?
If you had asked me this before the sacking of Thomas Tuchel, I would have said Chelsea for sure. Now, I'm not so sure. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if that's me.
If you had to
hedging my bets.
I think both of us are going to be on the same page right now.
I think, and obviously you can see from our conversations, we're both very passionate fans about the clubs that we
of
represent.
course, of course.
So I would love to just come out here and just tell you, Man U, but I can't lie. And I'm not trying to embarrass myself. That's how they'll come and bring this film to me. I have enough Chelsea fans that come and say, look at what you're saying on camera. So I honestly do not know.
Okay, it's true, right? Actually,
nobody's
I
gonna have
can't-
the balls.
Because for me, if I just want to analyze, I believe you're on the right track. For me, I believe you're still like a job not done yet, and it's still like, okay, let's propose and wait for what will happen in the future. But for me, I can't say, I can't say right now.
You can't see it right now. If I had to pick between the two sides, you're right, it's really tough. Yeah, the sacking of what's
Tuchel.
Okay, I guess Chelsea are still very unknown at this point. We don't know what it's going to look like under Graham Potter. So if I actually had to pick right now, I think I will go with. I'm leaning towards Manchester United, not with a lot of conviction though, because anything can happen, a few injuries. But if I had to pick, I guess I have no horse in the race.
Right
so
now.
I don't care. I'll say Manchester United in this current moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, that brings us to the end of our fieriest, craziest episode of Rep Your Club. More to come.
Before you continue, I just want to say something. Like, it got to a point in that heated conversation that had to kick in. Like, I have to be, because I want to start the plate so clean. Like, okay, I don't want to be too biased. But
You said it now, that it was calm now.
Yeah, because I started saying things like, why are you saying this? Because it's biased mind.
So yeah, very heated conversation. You guys, as always, join the conversation in the comment section. Like and subscribe to this video. If you'd like a chance to rep your club, if you and your friend want to go head to head and you need a place to have it all on record, hit us up. We'll consider you. Thanks for watching yet another episode of Shangalo. Rock with our sponsors, BetWinner. Check out their promotions. They have a handful of them. Peace out.
Peace, thanks.